Hi, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Easton Library Community Book Chat. And I'm so excited to welcome our guest. She is Easton resident and director of the Westport Farmers Market, Lori Cochran Dougall. Lori, thanks
Hello.
for being here.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited. I love our library.
I do too.
Yeah. It's an honor to get to be a part of this.
Oh, thank you so much. So, can you tell us a little bit about the Westport Farmers Market, which is fabulous, but tell us some
Yeah, I
fun
would
stuff.
be more than happy to. I always love seeing Easton residents down there. We have quite a few. Dick Reiser comes every week and a few others. But it happens on Thursdays from 10 to 2 in 50 Imperial Avenue in Westport. So it's behind the library. And then during the winter, we move over to Gilberti's, the one in Westport. And we operate there from 10 to 2 this year on Thursdays. And once COVID is passed, we'll go back to Saturdays. But yeah, we would love to see everybody. It's a great farmers market. You'll know a few of the farmers there, but yes, it's a good place to go.
It is fantastic. And how long have you been the director there?
This is my 10th year.
Wow, that's
Wow,
great.
a decade. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's exciting.
That
I know,
is
I took it over. It was kind of going downhill. The town was talking about closing it, and I was lucky enough to move into this role and get to kind of take it into the future, and then we'll see where it goes.
That's great. I think that it's going to have a long history because it's such a staple of Westport and the area. It's fantastic.
Completely. Yes, it has a beautiful start. It has a great 10-year history at the moment, and then I really think we're going to see some really good, there's just such an interest in local food right now as well, which is great, which I appreciate.
Cool. All right, so thanks for being here. The book that we're going to talk about today that you chose it's a heavy book, is Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand.
Yes.
So, what did you like about the book?
Well, for me, I liked so much about the book. I mean, I think that it was politically eye-opening. It has continued to be very relevant from the time I've read it to even now. I love the strength of Dagny's character. She's just this beautifully strong, intelligent, committed, loyal female, and she's surrounded in these all-male organizations. And when I was not in the nonprofit sector and in the corporate success sector, I was actually read this when I was the only female executive in an all-male executive company. And so it was just rang true to me. It was very motivating. And, you know, I grew up in a very political oriented family, and that we like to talk about politics. And this book just, for some reason, kind of lifted my understanding of politics to a different level. And I understand it's fiction, but it just really wrote the way she writes about things in certain groups just opened my eyes a lot. So it was really interesting. Great book. I mean, loved it. And it's just action-packed, and it's love, and it's lust, and it's reality. It's just great. It's good.
What kind of books do you like to read, like in general?
So for me, I'm definitely a fiction reader. I try to do nonfiction. I like history. I mean, I'll dabble in history if it's written with a little bit of a seductive tint or something that's a little exciting. I would love to say that I'm a nonfiction reader, but when I want to dive into a book, I want to just be lost in it. And so I do tend to like fiction. But politically oriented, historically oriented, there are a few, like All the Lights We Cannot See was one I just read, and it has a little bit of, it's historical fiction, and those types of things.
So you have like a really fabulous edition of Atlas Shrugged, don't you?
Yeah. Thank you for letting me share it. Yes, I just actually received this as a birthday gift for my cute husband. As you can see, it says Atlas Shrugged. And it's done by the Easton Press, which my understanding is it's owned by two gentlemen who live in Easton. It's printed in Norwalk. And there's an illustrator that illustrated this book, and he is a local illustrator, and it's a limited edition. So truthfully, I might use it as arm weights. I don't ever see myself probably reading this copy, but it'll be a nice addition to hold on to, and really, really sweet when somebody thinks about how much you love a book, and then they give you a keepsake of a book just to maybe resonate of how important books are. You know, that they're more than just what you read in the paperback. They're actually really beautiful pieces of art too.
That is so true. I mean, that thing is beautiful. It's
Yeah,
absolutely
in
stunning.
the
It's,
front.
yeah, it's really nice. That's a great gift.
And this is the cover of it, and this is what they have believed Dagny looks like.
I love that. She's beautiful.
She is. You guys kind of look a little alike.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Yes, it's really interesting. And the only other thing I was going to add, one of the things I liked about this, I grew up, I'm from Roanoke, Virginia, and it's kind of a railroad town. We had a railroad running through there, and they talked so much about the railroad, which was a pretty important significance in my youth. And maybe that's another reason it really resonated with me.
Oh, yeah, that's a great personal connection. I love that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When you lay on my bed at home in Virginia at a certain time in the morning, 6 a.m., you always can hear the train way off in the distance blowing the horn. So,
Oh, that's beautiful.
yeah, it is great.
Nice. Great memory.
It is.
Well, Lori, thank you so much for coming and doing this with me.
Yeah, I love it. Again, thank you so much for all you guys do at the library, and honored to be a part of it. And I hope somebody reads this book.
Oh, I hope so too. And I think that it's still, like you said, relevant and kind of timeless.
It is timeless. And
Yeah.
Ayn Rand was such a strong writer and female between Fountainhead and this book. And who doesn't like celebrating strong women?
I think that's like our perfect little end, quote to remember, our takeaway
Yes.
from today.
Great. Thank you for your time.
Lori, thank you so much for joining us. Lori from the Westport Farmers Market. And thank you to the Easton Library and to everyone in town for joining us on this episode of Easton Library Book Chat. And I hope everybody stays well and has a great day. Thanks, everybody. Thank you,
Bye.
Lori.
Thank you. See you soon.